Good evening. My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump. You can call me Carl. I will be talking about tonight the way I feel about the United States of America and the people that live inside of it. We have the first ever black man to run for president in 2008. His name was Barack Obama. That sounded like a Muslim name, but Mom told me he didn't have talent on his head, so it necessarily didn't apply. But I think Mama might be wrong. But anyway, he was elected to the presidency because of the fact that people want to be a part of history rather than doing their homework. Well, maybe not everyone, but a vast majority. During his time in office, he has shown that he does not like America because he's done sent $16 billion over to some folks that are overseas, and they're people that don't like us. He sent billions of dollars for them to fund their own little wars, even though the whole time they were screaming how much they hated America or something like that. I'm not for sure. I don't think it could be true because there's no way a president would do that. Is there. After he got done sending $16 billion over and illegally overthrowing some governments, he then turned around and sent over extra weapons and ammunition along with military planes that were supposedly decommissioned. Now, why those people are so mad at America, I don't know. Maybe it's because they all run around with them little towels there on their heads and they just wrap too tight and they get too hot in the sun and they see us all over here having a good old time eating bacon, drinking beer. I don't know. They seem like they just ain't very friendly people. And that's all I have to say about that. Now we have one big house that has two separate wings to it called Congress. And they have a House of Representatives and a Senate. Why we have two different wings underneath one roof, I'm not for sure, but it seemed like a waste of government money along with a lot of other programs out there. Mama done said that you can only tell a wolf whenever it jumps up in the middle of the sheep. Well, the wolves are jumping up in the middle of the sheep because the people that we elect are not holding their oaths to office for taking care of the Constitution, and they are trying to violate our rights. Now, I may not be a smart man, but I know what freedom is. Freedom is the freedom of speech. The freedom is the ability to carry and the right to bear arms, no matter what. Because some people like to throw up those fancy words up in there and everything else, and they want to talk about, well, that's all about the muskets that were being used back then, and they didn't think they'd be semi-automatic and automatic weapons, but they're too ignorant to know that those automatic weapons are created by their government, and that civilians can't own them, not legally, not without a whole bunch of papers. And if you want to go through that much paperwork and that much goddamn special training and everything else, you might as well be for the government. Now, Barack Obama sits there and whatever this group of people that he funded over there in like Syria and Egypt and everything else. See, they like kidnapping Americans. And then they like painting them all red and everything else and putting them in cages and burning them alive for people for other countries. But our president, whenever he sees a video like that, I'm not sure what stirs up inside of him, but he just has to go golfing instead of protecting our people and trying to get our people back. But he, interestingly enough, sends their people back to get one of ours back who illegally ran away from the military and is now under criminal investigation. Now again, I might not be a very smart man, but I know what stupid is, and that's pretty stupid. You have the ability for people not to have to work, and they can just live off the government, and the government gives them free college, free food stamps, and a lot of other stuff for free, but the government doesn't consider where it need to come from. And then when they run out of money, they turn to the rest of the people and they say, you have to pay more taxes. I don't think that's right. And the worst part I feel about this country is the fact of the government and a lot of the civilians that see the men and women of our U.S. military, they go out and they put their lives on the line. They get shot at. They see their friends die. They get parts of their body blown off. And then they get brought back home, and they're just dropped off with nothing. And then if they complain about it, all their money's taken away. The government doesn't really care. At 22, kill themselves every day, but yet the American people are too God blessed concerned about the Oscars or something like that, some sort of golden statue or something, and who's going to say what, and whether or not the Oscars are considered racist. That's more of a concern than a veteran's life or a veteran being homeless. So to sum it all up from Forrest Gump, life is like a box of ammo. You never know when you're going to need it. And that's all I have to say about that. Good night.